Welcome to Front Street Nome. This is Iditarod, 1978. It's about 400 people here in Front Street Nome. Two mushers, Rick Swenson and Dick Mackey, are less than a mile from the finish line, the end of the Iditarod Trail. Oh, I can see the teams. They are neck and neck. By golly, from here, Chris, you should have an awfully good view from your vantage point.
Dick Mackey right now is ahead. He is pumping furiously. The dogs are moving very well down the front street. Dick Mackey is coming along. Tom, can you see them any better now than I?
Here comes the first dog, the first lead dog down the chute, and that indeed is number 13. 13 is Dick Mackey. They're both running. Rick Swenson is maybe 4 feet behind Mackey. The dogs look awfully good. Here comes Dick Mackey. The team is pulling out almost neck and neck, and Mackey just, oh my God. Dick Mackey collapsed. There's a crowd of people around Dick, mostly photographers. His son is with him right now. Dick Mackey, the winner of the 1978 Iditarod Trail Race.
Official time is 1 second apart between the two racers, was 14 days, 18 hours, 52 minutes, 24 seconds.
Just finished 1,049 miles of incredibly difficult trail. Lucky number 13, he did it.
I remember it like it was yesterday. At 8 years old, seeing Dad win really, really stuck. All I wanted to do was be like my dad. I couldn't imitate him enough.
3, 2, 1, go!
He's back at it again. Wearing bib number 5's Lance Mackey. Back in 1978, Father Dick won the Iditarod by 1 second. Lance Mackey's on his way to home.
That's it. All right. That's it, gentlemen. When I was young, people would ask me, are you related to Dick Mackey? It was a pretty big deal. Good job, guys. Winning the Iditarod was definitely my ultimate goal. It's 1,000 miles over some of Mother Nature's worst terrain. I just wanted to accomplish what very few people have. All right. Yep. All right. That's it. Good boys.
Welcome to Nikolai, Lance.
Morning.
I'll check your gear after you park.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, right. All right.
Lance Mackey is the 2013 Iditarod. You're second in the Nikolai. Are you feeling good coming in here?
I'm kind of shocked at where we're at and the way they're performing.
Try some straws, much warmer.
They're young, yeah, so I'm just driving this puppy team according to what I think they're capable.
Oh, shit.
Knowing the trail that you have left ahead of you, what's your plan? What's your goals then for the rest of 2013 Iditarod?
Right at the moment, I'm thinking one checkpoint at a time, one run at a time, you know, and just kind of trying to stay, you know, at the moment, not thinking too far ahead. Whether we get there in first or 21st remains to be seen. It looks pretty good at the moment.
Lance Mackey and Nikolai reporting for Iditarod 41. I'm Lorelei Kineen.
That's it. All right, atta boys. I tell people all the time when they ask me, when did you start racing? I say, before I was born.
He really did start mushing before he was born. I was 7 months pregnant with him when I was in the North American race. He had his little foot right under my rib cage, and every time I'd kick, he'd kick, and he was just kicking his way out. He wasn't very big when he was born. Oh, what a little terror in there.
Lance grew up in a dog lot. When he was old enough to carry one of these little kids' beach pails and a little shovel, he'd be out there and he'd give them food, or he'd haul water or whatever. As soon as he was old enough, I built Lance his own sled and sewed him up his harnesses and stuff. He entered his first race and he won it. I mean, it was great.
Every waking moment, it was something to do with dogs.
Lance, are you gonna boot them all?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Lance Mackey is on the trail.
The finish line will be where the banner is hanging up there.
Other mushers always at the house. Our house was a congregating point, and he'd sit there and listen to all this conversation about dogs.
It's hard to be in a room like that full of people and not feel the excitement that they're feeling or the energy that they're feeling. And I want to be a part of that. At the time, I didn't know the significance of who was in my living room. Joe Reddington Sr. was at our house a lot. That was Grandpa Joe.
The Iditarod was started because of a gentleman named Joe Reddington who saw the sled dog disappearing from the native villages of Alaska, and he didn't want the sled dog to disappear from the state. And so he started this race to make sure that those villages would keep the sled dog intact and that Alaska wouldn't lose that part of their history.
Joe and I wrote down what we thought the rules would be. The first one was that the race will start on the first Saturday of March at 10 o'clock in the morning, regardless of weather.
The Iditarod is 1,000 miles, and it starts in Anchorage and it goes all the way to Nome. It goes up over the Alaska Range, some of the tallest mountains and peaks in the world. It goes through the cold bake of the interior before it hits the Yukon River, and then the Arctic coast, the Bering Sea coast.
The rules are pretty bare-bone jungle rules. No assistance. You can come into villages, you can take advantage of hospitality, but there's no pit crew.
The winner will generally do it in less than 9 days now, with mushers out on the trail for 14 to 15 days. I've seen broken bones out there. These people defy common sense. They defy the average laws of toughness.
The very first year, they didn't know if anybody would even get to Nome. You know? And when they left, we didn't know if we'd ever see them again.
I'm proud of the fact my dad was involved putting this event together.
This is Lance's second junior Iditarod. He is 15 years old. He's one of the famous Mackey Iditarod clans.
All Lance ever knew was Iditarod. That's all he knew.
Lance Mackey! All right, Lancer! 86 junior Iditarod.
let nobody get in front of me, Dick. All right. The Mackey boys.
Those two were always up to something. What one didn't think of, the other did.
We couldn't get away with nothing. You know, they always say Mom knows everything. Well, you best believe they do. She would catch us doing things sometimes that we weren't supposed to be doing. Turn up, here she'd come. It's Mom.
I started flying when I was big enough to reach the pedals. Dick bought me an airplane for Christmas. I just about killed myself in it. I was safe. I mean, I never cracked one up, and I didn't, you know, I never had. I went through the trees one time.
Mom's always been more or less a tomboy. She always had short hair, kind of looked like a guy. She had no problem digging ditches and banging nails or whatever. She used to take us down to the airport and just watch planes fly, landing and, you know, touch and goes and all that. And, you know, our big thing was, what kind of plane is that? I remember one day, she took us down to watch the airplanes, but it was odd to see Mom drinking beer, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning and driving for one, you know. So something was that. It was real quiet. I was sitting there watching these damn airplanes take off, and she broke it to us that her and Dad was splitting up. He wouldn't be coming home.
Dad and I just ain't. Dad's not gonna live here no more.
Well, what did we do, you know?
How come Dad ain't gonna live with us no more? Don't he like us anymore? You know, when they were little, they don't understand. Hell, I didn't understand. I had been with Dick since I was 19 years old. What the hell am I gonna do now? I didn't know. I just knew that my kids were gonna be with me, period.
I felt like my dad abandoned us. You know, he'd send money for dog food or whatever occasionally. I say occasionally, he probably did it every month, but Mom used it for bills if need be, you know. It was just a struggle.
Welcome to Grant, man.
How's it going?
Here we go.
We're going through. Thanks for your help out here again. Hey, ready? All right. Let it go, let it go, let it go. All right. All right. Hey, get up there. Somebody stand there for a second. There we go. Listen to me, boys. There you go, baby.
Right here. right, up. All right.
I wished I'd have spent more time with the kids. Hell, I was off working. You get home from work, you eat,
Dad.
then you go run dogs, okay? Then you feed them, then you go to bed. Then you get up the next day. When were you going to spend time with your kids? Weekends, okay? And what did you do then? Dogs. You want to be a part of it? Come on, kid. You know, that's just the way it was. I knew the personalities and quirks and in and outs of my dogs better than I understood my children.
My dad was 80 years old before I ever went fishing or hunting with him. Living in the state of Alaska? Are you kidding me? As soon as my kids were old enough to walk, I bought them a fishing pole and a gun. We went camping, we go hiking, we go rafting. You know, I had to go to Montana, buy my dad a fishing pole, take him down to a river that didn't even have a fish in it to get a picture of him with a fishing pole. With me. I mean, that... you know. And you know what he said? I reminded him of that not too long ago. You know what he told me? I've never been much of a fisherman. I don't give a shit if he ever fished a day in his life. Teach your damn kids to fish, you know? I still don't know him the way most kids should know their father. You could sit here and tell me that my dad was a good guy and he's just trying to make a living and provide, you know, whatever the case may be. But none of that stuff even registered to me.
All right. Come.
I think some of the things I did back then was just basically trying to get his attention.
The way Lance dealt was, I'll just turn into a little jerk, you know, because now I'm pissed off at the entire world. I'm mad at Mom, I'm mad at Dad, I'm mad at life.
Yep. Hey.
Rebel's an understatement. I went crazy, doing stuff no parent would brag about their kid doing.
All right.
There was many of weekends I'd get put in jail for minor consuming. Drunk in public. I can get in trouble because Mom's gonna bail me out. And I'll never forget one time when they called her and she's like, let him sit there. I can't take off work. I'll be there if I can get there, when I can get there. And they come back and they told me that. Oh, sorry, you ain't leaving today. What? Oh, your mom said she ain't coming. I'm like, bullshit, you know, Mom's coming to get me, she always does. Well, not this time, boy, you know. 3 or 4 attempts at high school and still a freshman. My mom knew that there was something going on, didn't know exactly what, so she put me in a drug rehab. And the drug rehab kicked me out.
Hey. Yep. Yep. All right. Yep. Get him. Hey.
Welcome, man. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
You won yourself some gold?
Yeah, that's worth the efforts, I think. You know, the dogs deserve it more than I do.
Welcome to Iditarod, Lance.
Holy cow. He's been in here for about 4 hours now. He's still trying to perform, but he was just, come here. He wasn't so enthused about this whole mess. I think maybe just a good meal, a good rest, and he might just be a whole different dog again. You're not sure about this stuff, are you? You're gonna tell me if you want to go home. I gotta run this team according to what it's capable of doing, not worried about what's going on behind me. And if I happen to get to know him and there's nobody in front of me, I won.
Lance, congratulations on being the first to reach the halfway point on the 2013 Iditarod. On behalf of GCI and the Iditarod Committee, it's my pleasure to present you with this year's $3,000 worth of gold nuggets. In addition to the gold nuggets, you'll get to keep this trophy, and we will also add your name to the permanent halfway point winners list, which is in the Iditarod gallery. So,
making sure you got it all out of there.
You get to take it home. Congratulations.
That's awesome. Thank you. As much as I'd love to stand around and count them, I'm gonna leave that up to you, and I'm gonna take a little, cat nap.
Go
see you
sleep.
gentlemen shortly.
You earned it.
Thank you much. See you soon.
Night, Lance.
I've only slept 1 hour since the starting line. I don't know how people do this shit every year. Oh, that feels so good.
Yep. Ha. Ha. That's it. Hey. Hey. Atta boys. Good job, guys. Good boys. Good boys. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. How about you, Reverend? Who do you want to win?
Huh?
Who do you want to win?
I thought you were gonna win.
That was a good answer. Yes. Oh, yeah, they were nice and wet. I stopped more on that run than I stopped the whole damn race combined. Okay, good enough for me. I drop a dog in Iditarod, and when I leave, he's the only one barking and screaming to go. Everybody else was just, they got up and we marched out of there.
Yeah.
I had to, before I even left, I went over and said goodbye to him again. Just, I'm sorry, you're the one that told me you wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Now you're here. Now you're telling me you want to go.
Yeah. Separation anxiety.
He stood up the whole time. From the time I dropped him till the time I left, he never laid down.
Wow.
I felt so bad.
What was his name?
Doug.
Doug. Oh man, get some sleep if you can.
I don't know. I don't think I'll be here long enough to sleep. When I was 15, Mom was frustrated and over her head on what to do, so she thought it would be a great idea to send me to my dad's truck stop in Coldfoot. Coldfoot is 65 miles above the Arctic Circle on the Dalton Highway, and its claim to fame is the northernmost truck stop in the world.
I had driven all the way up from Wasilla to distribute these bear-proof garbage cans. I said, well, you can't even get a cup of coffee on this road. A friend of mine owned a school bus made into a kitchen. I said, what do you think if we was to take that school bus of yours and go up there and we'd just sell hot dogs and soup or whatever for the summer? And we pulled in there, just dead tired, got a few hours sleep, woke up the next morning, and there was 100 trucks parked in that gravel pit, wanted to know when they could get something to eat. And I went ding, 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 and we were off and running.
We developed a little town. We had a post office, we had a store, we had a bar, we had overnight facilities, not to mention a restaurant, truckers, and etc.
By the time I got up there, it was still a work in process. He's right in the middle of building a business with 50 employees or however many he had. Now all of a sudden he's got to be a dad. No, I was more like another employee. 500 trucks through there a day. I learned a lot of things, but I was also unguided. I can do whatever I want, pretty much.
When you're trying to build something like Coldfoot, you know, it's 24/7. You're just going. And so as long as we were under the radar, we were golden.
I would go out and, you know, a bucket of water and a squeegee when they pulled in and washed their windows and their lights. And I found out which ones would give me a bud or something else. Pretty soon I'm spending all my money doing the same shit that I was doing in Wasilla. It just took me a little longer to figure this whole system out, you know? Dad was just getting into the tour companies running up there. And I remember him offering me a job as a baggage carrier for the tourists coming off their buses. Are you kidding me? I would never do that, you know? I'm a carpenter, I'm this, I'm that, but I'm not a baggage bus boy. He just kind of looked at me like, I'm handing you a start to a gold mine. This could all be yours. And I just gave him the bird and packed my shit and left. That's it. Good, boys. All right. That's it.
Good job, guys.
How many dogs you got?
Not enough.
Not 11.
We got 11.
My run from Eagle Island up to Caltag was as slow as I've ever done. And for whatever reason, that's the speed I want to go now.
I see. We see, boy.
I've been breathing cold air on an exposed tooth. I was eating fudge that had nuts in it. Not the most pleasant feeling. At least I saved my tooth. I almost swallowed the damn thing. I've been dealing with my teeth for years now. Oh, pretty hard to get to a dentist at the moment. I just need some Advil and a bottle of Crown Royal.
Okay, that'll work.
Oh, but everything feels so good on it, I'll tell you.
I'm sure it does.
Says take one tablet by mouth, 6 to 8 hours.
Okay. Thank you. My teeth are falling out. My toes are black from frostbite.
Lance, Stu's on the phone upstairs. He said he's had something to talk to you about.
Who?
Stu.
About my other dog?
I don't know. You'll have to call him.
Hello, Stu. This is Leslie from Caltag. Is this you? I have Lance here. Could you take the call, please?
Doc, how you doing? Yes, sir. Tell me the news. Oh, boy. Are you there? Hello? Okay, well, he's alive, but barely. He has an ulcer. He lost a lot of blood.
There you go, precious. You sure that's done, Rev? Mm-hmm.
Hi. That's it. Hi. Come here. Hi. That's it. Attaboy, Amp. Hi.
When I left my dad's truck stop in Coldfoot, I was pretty adamant about not going back to my mom's. I didn't have any money, none. I had nowhere to go. I ended up getting a job down in Kodiak, working in a cannery. My first real job. Kodiak was one of the biggest boom fishing towns in the state of Alaska at one time. And yeah, there was millions of dollars coming in and out of there in months at a time. I ended up getting a job on the boat called the Mariah. I'll never forget getting out in the middle of the Bering Sea when it was pitch black in the middle of June. You can hear the wind. There's a snow squall. The sea's about 35 feet. We're not getting a whole lot of sleep. We are getting our asses handed to us. I went up by the wheelhouse where nobody else could see me out in the blunt of this storm. I knew I was dying. I wasn't coming home, and I sat there and cried. I got my shit together, and I went back down, finished out the trip, and I made like $5,500 that month. I was rich. Holy shit, $5,500 for a month? Oh, I forgot all about how miserable it was and how cold it was and how tired and how hungry. Oh, buddy, I'm going back now. I could hardly get a dishwashing job, but now I could go and make 50, 60 grand in no time. Then it was also justifiable to come back to town for 3 days and spend $2,000 partying. I was hooked right there. It got worse and worse with the more money I made and the more people I met. It wasn't a healthy lifestyle. How you doing? Huh? What do you think, Big Al? There you go. You're a handsome boy, huh? Yeah, you're a handsome boy. Yeah. That's nice. Hold on a second. Much easier if you do it yourself. He just wanted some company. When I got here, Larry asked me if I wanted a pizza, but I didn't know he was going to go make it and bring it down. Oh, yeah.
Just came out of the oven.
Oh, it's hot. It doesn't get any better than that right there. I'm not sure how many people got pizza brought to them. It's been a hell of a welcoming committee everywhere I go.
Your biggest fan here's got a surprise for you. Moose
Oh,
jerky
look at you.
and smoked salmon.
Thank you. We're twins.
Come on.
You're missing the same tooth I am. I don't have many teeth as it is. It sure sucks not having another one. Maybe I should just go have a liquid diet. That would take care of my tooth problem, wouldn't it? been the slowest trip ever.
Yeah.
I mean, speed-wise, I mean, I don't know if we're still on day 9 or something at the moment. There you go. I'll let you go to sleep. I ended up meeting this gal, Tanya. We were both on a dead-end street with dead-end relationships. She had 3 small kids. I needed somebody to help me straighten out my life. She needed to have a father figure around for the girls. We felt we could help each other. Three months later, we got married. We're starting over. Let's start over somewhere completely different where we know nobody. Not a clue on what the hell was going to happen or how we was going to make it even happen. We're going to drive until we're out of money to a place we don't know anybody. That took us to the Kenai Peninsula. We set up a camp, made a big, more or less a house out of blue tarps, put the tent inside the blue tarp, found an old couch, an old piece of carpet at the dump. Every single day, we'd build a campfire. That was how we cooked. But it was going into winter. It's getting kind of cold, and we don't really have nowhere to go. I mean, damn sure ain't staying in a tent all winter. I didn't have a chainsaw. I didn't have a nail or a hammer, nothing like that. But I had a handsaw. And I went over and started cutting trees down by hand. We're building a house right here. Not sure exactly what kind of house, but we're gonna have it right here, and we're gonna use these stumps as part of the foundation. I'm hustling anything and everything I possibly can for a $20 bill. I just stuffed the walls full of old clothes that we got at Salvation Army. I'd stop at the dumpster every single day. I found a wood stove, I found tires, I mean, all kinds of things that I could use. Things were just flowing together. Well, then I get this harebrained idea. Man, I'm gonna have to get a couple of dogs again. It seemed like maybe a matter of a week. I had 2 or 3 dogs in the backyard. Next thing I know, I had 20 dogs now. The dogs I got were all leftovers, dogs that came from the pound and off the streets, misfit dogs that nobody else wanted. It was stupid because we're barely feeding ourselves. That winter, there's a little local sprint race track on the peninsula. The first time I went down there, the people in the neighborhood said, "Man, this is one of the most jalopy teams I ever seen." I had all their rejects, and I ended up beating them. I was back the next weekend, and the following weekend, and I raced every weekend. I told Tanya one day, I'm gonna run the Iditarod next year.
This is the start of Iditarod 29. Lance Mackey on his way to Nome.
The first 20 years of my life, I put my parents through hell. I finally realized that life's too damn short to be screwing up. I want my dad and my mom to be proud of things I'm doing and not be ashamed and disappointed.
They called me from McGrath, and man, he was on top of the world. Mom, I am having such a good time. It's so, on and on and on, and just everything was good. He got to Caltag and he called me again. And he said, I don't know. So I don't know if I'm even gonna make it.
I remember going from Caltag to Unalakleet, and I heard these wolves behind me.
Ha! Yep, ha! Ha! No! No!
Maybe I was hallucinating, I don't know, because I never did see them, but I remember turning around real fast. My eyes went dark and I hit the deck, basically. I didn't know exactly what had happened, but I was not feeling right.
Since he was a little boy, never, ever complained. He had strep throat one time with 105 fever. How you feel, Lance? Fine. I knew something was up.
Prior to going into the race, I had this little lump on my throat. They kept telling me that I had this abscessed tooth. Gave me some painkillers and some antibiotics and sent me on my way. As I continued to know, this thing started growing rapidly. It went from the size of a pea to the size of a softball in just a short couple of weeks. But I pushed on and I made it to know with this thing growing in my throat, not knowing it was ultimately cancer. The doctor, he just looked at me and says, "Lance, I'm sorry. I am telling you straight up, it's serious." There was really a slim chance that I would even pull through this. It's wrapped around some of the main things, cutting off circulation to my brain. Every time I turned around, they might as well have been talking Japanese because I wasn't understanding these terms and all the things that they said was not going to happen or the things I wouldn't be able to do. And, I wouldn't ever race dogs again. I probably wouldn't have the use of my right arm. I could be mentally challenged afterwards because of the whole operation. And all these different things were just like right over my head.
Family and friends all got together at his mom's house. You're trying to be cheerful, but it was a pretty tense evening.
Ugh. That was awful. I just gave him a great big hug, and we all just kind of went through the motions until it was time to go to the hospital.
Nothing ever really sank in until I was laying on that hospital bed, just fixing to go into the doors to go to surgery. And they said, you need to say goodbye to your family. And I remember just starting to cry profusely, because now all of a sudden it made sense that I might not be coming out of this.
The doctor finally came out and said, he looked me right in the eye and he says, well, he ain't pretty, but I got it all. Yep, that was a relief.
The dogs, they absolutely knew that I was sick. I missed them and I needed them. On the weekends, my wife and my kids would come to see me. They would sneak a dog or two into the hospital. The first time it happened, I cried. Then I couldn't wait for it to happen again. And I cried even harder the second time. The radiation treatments they were fixing to give me were gonna not only kill the saliva glands, but there would never be enough saliva to produce protection for my teeth. And inevitably, they'd be rotten and falling out. Shit, there were only teeth to take them, you know? Main artery showing in my neck, very, very vulnerable to scratches. They told me flat out, if you get a tree branch that pokes you in the neck and pops that open, you're gonna bleed to death. If you get a dog that jumps upon you and scratches you with a toenail real bad and pops that open, you're gonna bleed to death. And I was warned, in fact, I was told not to ever race dogs again because I'm setting myself up for, you know, death, basically. But I'm stubborn. If I fall off my sled, I'm gonna have a smile on my face doing something I love to do. Don't tell me I can't run the Iditarod again. Don't tell me I can't get up and walk right now, but don't tell me I can't.
You know, I remember telling him, don't worry about the dogs, dude. I got the dogs. I'll take care of the dogs. And he wouldn't have no part of that. He's like, no, I'm gonna get out of this treatment today and we're going to the peninsula and I'm going to run dogs.
I thought he was an idiot, but I also knew that that was really the only thing keeping him going.
The dogs needed me, and I needed them at the same time. When I was a little boy, my dad said, if you tip over, you don't just let go, you hang on. There's gonna be bumps and bruises along the way, and if you fall off your sled, you get up and get back on it. Keep going.
I drew bib number 13 in 1978 for the 78 race. It was my 6th attempt. Years later, here comes Lance, bib number 13, his 6th attempt.
Lucky position number 13, Lance Mackey.
I feel I'm indebted to my dogs, and I'm gonna do my best to pay them back for changing my life.
Lance Mackey on his way to knowing.
I believe I got a second chance at life for a reason. This is the reason. We barely got going, and we had a major setback.
Right down the creek, right on the ice. Did he miss it again?
Look at that ice. That's nasty looking. That's a tough area there.
On the second day of racing, Lance broke the runner off the back of his sled. So basically, he's on one runner navigating some really dicey trails.
That was a close call. Okay, I imagine he's really thinking, man, I'm glad I made it. That could have been dicey. He bounced like Ricochet Rabbit through the Dalzell Gorge, this notorious canyon. It's a hell of an accomplishment just making it with good equipment.
When I saw the runner broken on his sled and him riding on one runner, I just went, oh, I'm so sorry, Lance. I guess this ain't your year. And I fully expected him to scratch because going down the Dalzell Gorge on one runner is just asinine.
I had it all bolted into there. This is like so. It was working pretty good. It actually held up about 2.5 hours. When I got it done, I was making the joke, I don't need another sled. This will make it to Nome. Right. Oh, what a wreck.
I imagine he's going to really be glad he got through here in the daylight.
Oh, yeah.
When you leave Roan for the next 90 miles, these are the toughest miles that the race knows. I mean, it's up and down, and it's ice, it's rocks, it's dirt, it's holes, it's tussocks, it's the farewell burn. It is hell. For him to go out there with one runner, people didn't know if he was going to get there safely.
Oh man, I wiped out a couple times coming through the gorge, so just from that one runner, you know, there's no, you take a turn, you know, sometimes you just power slide type of thing, and there's no runner there to keep you. Wham! I managed to make it to Nikolai, and there was 2 sleds sitting there that belonged to people that scratched in the race. One guy said, yeah, you can use my sled, $3,000. Well, that wasn't gonna work. The other person said flat out, no, not using my sled. I just realized right then and there that a lot of these people that I called my friends were nothing more than competition. We put the word out that I needed a sled, and I had a sled waiting when I got in McGrath. Took me about 15 minutes is all to switch my sleds, snack the dogs, put a few booties on, and head down the trail. Hey, thanks, you guys.
There is quite a bit of activity at this checkpoint tonight. Lance Mackey in here about 8:30. He switched out a sled, headed out.
Lance Mackey, man, is he ever moving good. That one in the lead, Larry, he's, you know, really the heart of the team. Larry's real serious and figures it out, knows where they're going. Lance always said he's the brains of the team. He says Larry's smarter than he is.
The dogs are exceptional. The only problem I have is taking care of myself. Look at that finger. Oh, it just kills me.
He's had constant problems from radiation, nerve damage, and I mean, how many people go from one doctor to the next begging to get a finger cut off?
I have some side effects from the cancer, no doubt about it. And one of the main ones is the circulation in my toes and my fingers. My index finger on my left hand got to be very painful all the time. So I went to the doctor and I asked him if he could remove my finger. He said, well, let me tell you what. You got to think about this a second. He said, it's not an octopus leg. It won't grow back. And once it's gone for good. You still want to do this? And I said, chop it off, basically.
Lance Mackey is now 40 minutes behind, which is a lot different than we saw yesterday when we estimated he was like 2.5, 3 hours behind. Momentum and times have really changed in this 2007 Iditarod. He's really bucking.
It wasn't until after he left Unalakleet, or maybe even when he got to Shaktoolik that, hey, he might pull this off. I got to get there.
Here's a look at your leaderboard right now. Lance Mackey's on the attack. He's in first place. Lance Mackey going after it, huh?
Lance Mackey, the leader of the Iditarod, and man, is he ever moving good. He's really putting the hammer down. He isn't playing cat and mouse. He's just saying, I'm going to take this race over.
The only thing that keeps really running through my head is my dad. I don't know anything else in the world that I could do to make him any more proud. I got to Cape Nome, which is 10 miles outside of Nome, up on this little mountain. And I knelt down in front of each one of them, one at a time. And I just thanked them from the bottom of my heart. Told them how proud I was, what they were about to accomplish. I made it up to Larry, who was in lead, of course. And he was the last one that I talked to, because I had the most to say to him. And I looked him in the eye and said, Larry, I know you know where we're at. We've been here several times. I said, I don't know that you realize that we're gonna be here first this time. Larry looked over at me, got this little smirk on his face, gave me kind of a one-eyed, yeah, Dad, I know. His chest puffed out, and his head came up real high, and his tail came up in the air. And for the last 7 miles, he just strutted down to Nome.
with his hands. As the chute closes behind him, he is in the chute. Coming up past City Hall, Lance Mackey and his comeback kennel coming back. This is Lance Mackey, your Iditarod champion.
This is a goddamn dream come true, bro. Life just changed.
Why is it so important to the Mackey family? Why has this event become so much about your family and its definition?
Well, it's our lifestyle. It's something that we breathe, eat, and sleep. I mean, this is what we do. You know, my dad got me hooked in this sport. And I'm so proud of him not being a warrior or a line cook or something like that, because I don't know if I'd follow in his footsteps. This is my passion. And it is very important for me to be successful and make my father proud, you know?
Lance, your father, he's not here tonight. If he was, right now, what would you say to him?
I don't know if I could talk. You'd be a proud man.
No prouder than your mom. He ain't no prouder than your mama.
Dreams do come true, Mama.
He ain't no prouder than your mom.
I know. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my God, Mom. I can't even believe it. God damn it. Oh my God. It was a vision with a dream. I knew. Oh, I did. They did it. They did it too.
Lance, we'll check in with you. That's the one right there, my brother.
Oh, you're so good.
Oh my God. My son just won this thing. That was the best win, I think, in the history of Iditarod.
I was just in the middle of getting comfortable and undressed when I seen the door come open and him come through the front door.
He said, I've always wanted to be like my dad, and now I am. And that was pretty special, yeah.
It was cool standing there as I'm answering questions to look over and see that smile on his face the whole time. And I knew that I had done what I set out to achieve, you know, and that was to make my parents proud.
He's a guy that didn't get any respect leading up to the day he won, and then he still had trouble garnering respect from his peers once he did win.
The first thing that the competitors were saying was, oh, he got lucky. Oh, it was a fluke. That'll never happen again, you know? Really? Why can't you just come up and congratulate me, tell me good job, instead of making all these excuses why it happened and why you couldn't do it? And that's exactly what was going on. And all that did was piss me off. Really? Watch this.
Champion, Lance Mackey from Fairbanks, on his way to Nome. 2, 1, go! From Denali Park, champion Jeff King, on his way to Nome.
Jeff was the team I had to beat to win the race. I don't care who wins the Iditarod, they have to outrun Jeff to do it. He is the best in the world. And we pretty much dominated the race from the very get-go.
He knew Jeff was faster and his team was better, and Jeff was toying with him.
Everything that I was doing, he seemed to be doing as well. If I stopped, he was gonna stop. If I went to sleep, he's gonna go to sleep. If I fed my dogs, he's gonna feed his dogs.
He realizes that King is just dogging him. He's gonna dog him, let him break trail, just be his shadow, and then in the last 100 miles of the race, he's gonna take control and win.
He's been doing this since he started racing. You know, hang back, and catch you on the coast, and you never see him again.
We both knew that it was gonna come down to the two of us, and trail times were giving me a slight advantage, but enough of this letting you leave an hour ahead of me. I'm going out right behind you.
I kept thinking, how am I really gonna outrun a team that's faster than me? I knew I had to do something to shake him a little bit. Elam's last opportunity. It was pretty much the end of the line.
Welcome to Elam.
How's it going?
All right. Plan on staying a little bit.
A couple hours, maybe?
No more? Okay. Good there. Okay. Plan on staying? Or?
I'm only going if he's going.
He plans on staying a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what to say to him at this stage. I'm not going to congratulate him yet.
He's finally done. He's finally knows I'm going to beat him, and he's just going to hold on to second.
Mr. King.
Rockstar.
Likewise, huh?
He's just going to basically throw in the towel.
I go in, I drank 2 big family-sized cups of coffee. Then I went and laid down. He went and laid down by the door, put in some headphones, and went to sleep that fast. If anybody asks, I'm still laying down. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, kill that. Hi. Hi.
When my eyes opened and I made eye contact with some of the people in the room, they looked like they had seen a mass murderer, and I realized I had been duped.
It's quite a crowd out here, as you can hear, very boisterous just before 3 in the morning, but that's not stopping the Gold Rush City from welcoming Lance Mackey to Nome for the 2nd time in a row in first place.
Crossing right now, Lance Mackey, your 2008 Iditarod Sled Dog Race champion.
Thank you, Lance. Good luck in the race.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you.
There you go.
Ah, there it goes. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you being out here.
This race wouldn't be Iditarod, I think, without Lance Mackey.
How you doing, young lady?
Good.
You excited about the Iditarod?
I knew you when you were nobody. You weren't.
Come on now. I've always been
damn
somebody.
Famous. Shut up and give me a kiss.
Lance Mackey and his comeback kennel coming back for a 3rd consecutive victory. This is Lance Mackey, your 2009 Iditarod champion. Lance Mackey!
I didn't really think all this was going to become of it. I honestly didn't. I'm not just running dogs to become noticed and to win the Iditarod. I love spending time with the dogs. I love Alaska, and I love the people in it.
I was down at the local hardware store the other day. A teenager was working in there, and I bought something with the credit card. She said, "Dick Mackey, are you related to Lance?" And I says, "Yeah, I'm his dad." "Oh, cool." And she said, "Did you run dogs too?"
A historic finish for 2010. 4-peat for Lance Mackey, the only musher to do so back-to-back.
I drew the right number, number 49. This is representing the whole state of Alaska and the people who believed in me.
You've done something that'll never be repeated, son.
Four in a row will never be done again. This is the greatest accomplishment that this sport has ever seen, and it's the greatest accomplishment that the sport will ever see. Ever, period. Done. End of story. The greatest thing has already happened.
Thank you, Jeff. Okay, come here. Come on.
Hi.
Hello.
You're eating, I know.
Not yet.
Well, I'm sorry. No, Lance. Just you gotta say no, but after me, okay?
Thanks, Lance.
You're very welcome.
Salad now.
It's nonstop. Everybody wants a piece of him. I think success always comes at a price. His marriage to Tanya probably is a casualty of the success.
Well, welcome to the Iditarod.
What a hero I'm gonna be when I go home.
Lance Mackey. This is a name you should remember if you're interested in dog mushing. Look over here to the right. The man himself is going to be our guest today during the time that you're on shore.
Small little test. When you get done with your vacation and you go home and see your dog, lock it in the closet with your husband or your wife for about an hour, and go back and see which one's happy to see you.
Lance Mackey. They don't get much more Alaskan than that guy.
I call him Hollywood. But if there was one thing that would get his attention more than anything, ice cream. Oh, he found the ice cream.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
I started racing dogs before I was even born. You know, when I went to school, I had a knife and a lighter in my pocket. He is a lover, this boy. He's done this once or twice. Here, want some water? Here. He can't drink water out of a bowl. He'd think he was a dog then. I spent, a fair amount of time fighting with my ex-wife, and I would get on a sled and go for a ride. And 5 minutes after I left the yard, normally I was fine. Dogs didn't care about what kind of argument I just had, or, I understand dogs a lot more. I don't understand people, and it's been easier for me to communicate with dogs pretty much all my life. I'm more comfortable doing this kind of stuff than being surrounded by a bunch of people and buildings and cars. And living in the woods would be just fine by me. Warm out, huh, guys? All right. I think that's everybody. That's everybody.
You live in Fairbanks?
How'd you know that? Huh?
Musher update.
They got
Oh,
all the
okay.
mushers pictures up at the school, and they say where you live and everything.
It says you're around your 50s.
What? Dogs.
I don't know, I forgot.
No, it didn't say that was around 50.
I forgot.
Yeah. She's older than I am.
In dog years.
Oh, you make me laugh. At one point in the race,
I really thought I could win this thing.
But hey, you're not going to win them all.
Hi. Hi. I'm not going to say I wouldn't want to win the Iditarod again, but it wouldn't change anything if I did.
There we go. That's it.
I just want to go have fun with my dogs.
Atta boys. Good job. How about you, old man? You want some?
Hi, big Zippo. Hi, big Zippo boy.
Hi, pretty girl. You get some loving too. I didn't forget to.
You can't kiss me like that.
All right, munchkins. All right, little munchkins. They are all my best friends. Every single one of them.
Billy Badass. Billy Badass. There's nothing else in the world that matters when I'm with them.
Most people think we're alone when we're out there in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing more enjoyable than being out with your best friends.
That's it. That's it. That's my boys.
It is all about the dogs. As long as my dogs are happy and healthy, I'm golden. I know you haven't had enough attention today. I know you haven't had enough attention today. Yeah, you silly boy. So silly boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Hi. Hi. Oh, all right. You're funny. You're funny. Is that all?